It has been 2 days since the series. I still don't know how I want to open this video, so I guess we're just gonna go with 100 Thieves are going to Worlds. I remember where I filmed every single episode of the Rendezvous so far this year, and I remember specifically the first time that we played up against Dignitas. I was over at the little chest thing there, and people were mad at me for moving the black piece first instead of the white piece. And I just remember this feeling of like, could we just, oh man, please, like please, I just want to see growth. I don't want to see us fall off in summer. And it took a lot longer than I think most of us thought it would take, or that we were probably comfortable with it taking. It took a roster change for us to get here, but we have caused, in my opinion, one of the biggest upsets in LCS history, and oh my god, does it feel amazing. So let's go back to Friday. I'm chilling on the beach, toes in the sand, and Dignitas is literally killing my vibe the entire time because, god, dude, that series was so close. In hindsight, whoever won that series realistically probably goes to Worlds. I'm assuming that Dignitas is able to beat C9 in a similar way, maybe better, maybe worse, maybe not than we did. But Dig kept it close with us. They punished our mistakes very, very well. Anytime that we slipped up and gave them an inch, they were able to take it. They made really good draft adaptations throughout the series. I'll be honest with you, I don't remember many of the picks. I'm still focused on that C9 series. I haven't gone back and rewatched the Dig series for understandable reasons. It's just been like 2 straight days of partying, more or less. But Game 5, we locked in, we clutched up, and boy, did it build some momentum, because going into that C9 series, I know we were underdogs, but there was just like, there was this feeling in the air that we could do it for some reason. I haven't had that feeling since 2020, whenever we caused the upset over C9 to end their like perfect regular season and start the downward spiral, which unironically mirrors a lot of what happened with C9 here. Let's just jump to the C9 series. I don't know why they picked LeBlanc. Like, that doesn't register in my mind. I don't know what happened with practice. I don't know what happened to that squad in general. But, I mean, I'm not going to complain. It's not like we, just caught them playing bad either. We saw how Jojo Pune was able to get ahead on the LeBlanc in Game 3. But we were able to consistently punish it. Turns out Maokai, and being able to just press a button on the LeBlanc every single time that you see him once the mid-game comes, yeah, we were just able to shut him down. And our biggest weakness that we have always had is just like the ability to make smart macro decisions. We felt like we kept getting caught out at different points in other series. Here, we cleaned it up quite well. Nobody was really getting caught out all that much. The Game 2 loss that we had, we got stomped. I don't really think there was ever kind of like a chance for us to win that game necessarily. Like, if Game 1 was close, Game 2 through 4 weren't really like all that close. Like, yeah, they had a lead in Game 3, but like once we flipped the switch, we flipped the switch. It seemed like Cloud9 had no answer for our decisiveness. River, Sniper, and Quid were all very much on the same page the entire series, which was going to be needed to be able to pull off this upset. And Tomo, I mean, that Kaisa Game 4, what else do you say? Yes, he's knocking down the pins that others are setting up for him, but that's the whole point of ADC. Sure, you want him to be able to make some plays on his own, but what we needed him to do in this series was just follow up whenever River was going to go in, which has kind of been like the summary of this team in general all year. And he did that every time. Like the last engage where he's like Kaisa ulting in front of a Leona with 2 people there, I'm just sitting there like, dude, oh my god, what are we doing? But it forces 2 people to stay on him. He stopwatches, or Seeker's arm guard now, keeps him distracted out of the fight, flashes over to Wolf's Pit, and then gets into like help with the other fight that everybody else is just wiping them off the map. It was like, oh dude, like it's amazing. It was 2 people like on him the entire time. He was just able to keep him out of the fight, and then it was a 4v3 otherwise, and they just wiped him. It was clean. It was decisive. It was good macro decisions. Now, there were points where we definitely flubbed throughout the series, but we recovered very, very well. And dude, it's hard to believe, but we are going to Worlds. We are legitimate, like, we are going to be one of the 3 teams going. Now, whether we can be FlyQuest or not, we'll get into that in a minute. But just take a moment to stop and appreciate this. We didn't go last year. We had the double lift Bjergsen roster that was very much like kind of content, like start to grow the name of the brand, but it didn't really grow the name of the brand all that well. It kind of like got some of the footsteps, but you know, that ended up leading into the domino that was Quid joining the roster, which led us to where we are now. But like, it was weird after having the world's rosters from 2021 to 2022 to then not go to international events. And I'm not gonna lie to you, like, even though I talk about it, and by all means I've covered it for a long period of time, it was not the same not having your team there. It never has been. Like, it's MSI is the same way. It always, because 100 Thieves has never qualified for MSI. It's different when your team is there. Like, there's a whole other level of excitement, even if you know that you're going to lose. Because let's talk about World's expectations. I'm not expecting us to go in and do anything. There's going to be pundits that are going to be like, oh, this team's going to suck. Like, they're going to, I don't even know why they're going. It's like, they're going to get experience. Because if you look back at Team Liquid last year, very similar situation to what we are here. And I pointed that out, the similarities between APA coming in and Tomo coming in. But when it comes to Worlds, like, it was a disappointment for TL last year. We lost to GAM. We got eliminated by the VCS, which is unironically not going to be a thing next year. So this is the final time that we have the chance to like lose to like them specifically before it like all joins up with the PCS. But like, you look at the woes that they went through, nearly beating T1 to then just falling off a cliff and imploding to now look where they're at. Like, now look at what's happened. Look at what has happened when they got exposed to international play and they absorbed everything like a sponge, which was great coaching from Spawn. And now they're one of the best teams that we have, and we have to face them to try and win LCS. If we can do the same thing, if we can go to Worlds and Sniper is a sponge and Quid is a sponge and we just absorb everything. I don't care what the result is, but we come back next year and we are better and we are able to contend with Team Liquid, yeah, that's going to be freaking great. So I don't care how we finish. The fact that we get to even watch 100 Thieves at Worlds is enough for me. Now, I don't want to lose in play-ins. That's my one minimum thing. We should not be losing to the PCS or VCS 2 seeds, nor CB LOL or LLA. That should not be happening. So if we are the third seed that goes in the play-ins, I have an expectation that we get out. But beyond that, I'm there for vibes and good times, and for us to learn and grow and go into next year even stronger. I do want to take a brief moment to talk about Ayla, though, specifically, because he has been the target of a lot, including myself. I'm not going to shy away from the fact that I criticized him. I was like, I remember the one, I think it was Leona game mid-season where it's just like he couldn't hit anything, and there were people that really got on his case. And sometimes you need that tough love, but that also requires, whenever a moment like this happens, whenever he's playing incredibly well all series, engaging at the right points, catching people off guard, that you give him his flowers and recognize how far he has come over the course of the split, to the point where even Core JJ is saying, yeah, second best support in the league right now. He's saying better than Busio, which, hey, I'll take that. But he deserves his flowers. They should be given to him. A guy that has been just ridiculed, kicked while he's down, just constantly the subject of so much scrutiny around the LCS ecosystem, to be able to have this accomplishment when people are like, oh, you ruined Meech, you ruined all these ADCs, and yet Tomo's coming in looking better than ever. And maybe it's just a matter of finding the right pairing, because for whatever reason, Tomo and Ayla works well. So flowers to where they're due to Ayla, to all the squad in general, obviously, but we've talked about like the positives of everybody else. I want to make sure Ayla specifically gets his flowers where they're due, because there will be people that will try to write off his accomplishments this week, and there's no denying them anymore. Let's go around the org real quick. Nate Shot is officially in Texas, nothing else to say there. We have not gotten any updates on whether we're staying or not, and for those that are hoping, like thinking, hey, we made it to Worlds, we're not going to go or not leave the LCS, I highly doubt that this has any impact on any of that. I personally believe that that decision has probably been made at this point, that Riot knows the teams that they're going with, the teams that have left, and we'll see. So like, don't use this as an excuse of like, oh yeah, they're staying. It's like, keep your guard up on that front, but enjoy and live in the moment. But one thing people were worried about of whether it would be a sign if they would like keep trying stuff or not, or like keep marketing the team if we were to leave, that couldn't be any farther than the truth, as DK, who is the director of marketing here at 100 Thieves, has teased that when this video comes out, it will be 10 a.m. on Wednesday. Apparently announcements are coming later in the day, and I didn't want to DM him, ask him for like information, because obviously like I'm coming out beforehand. I want his announcement to be like it. He teased in Discord that there's going to apparently be like a co-stream coming, an official co-stream, not like my live view. I'm not tied in with this. I've not been asked for anything, so like don't think I'm involved with any of this, because I know there were some people that like asked about that. Not me trying to be like egocentric or like self-centered. It's just me being honest with you. But there's going to be some sort of official 100 Thieves co-stream, and then there's going to be a bunch of other things coming out that he has been teasing on Discord. So there's going to be a lot for 100 Thieves fans. They are fully buying in to this moment and making the most of it. So I'm excited. If you are in the LA area and you are a 100 Thieves fan, tickets are $25 to go on the day. That is it. They are not expensive at all. Please go show up. I want to outnumber FlyQuest fans so badly. There's so much momentum around this brand, and please just go. Take pictures together, carpool, do what you need to do. If you are on the East Coast, unfortunately, I don't have anything for Friday. Saturday, we will be watching finals at Legends NYC. Be sure to come on out if you're in the area. But otherwise, tune into the co-stream. Like, tune in and support anything 100 Thieves that you can. Show some loyalty to the brand, to the people around it. Even if you don't want to watch, like, whatever co-stream's going on and you want to watch the main thing, pull it up on a second monitor. Pull it up on your phone. Do something. Like, show love to everything that is going to be 100 Thieves this weekend. Use this weekend as a celebration of the brand, of the players, of the people, the history, everything. We deserve this moment. It has been a long time coming. Well, not a long time. It's only been like 2 years, which is better than most other brands can ask for in terms of a final, but enjoy it. Make the most of it. As for the matches themselves, don't fall into the trap of thinking that we are all of a sudden favorites just because we were able to beat C9. FlyQuest and TL are clearly a whole other level above and a whole different animal than every other team in the league. We are rightfully underdogs, as we should be, because if we came in favored, that would do a disservice to the narrative that is, yeah, like same thing with C9. We were massive underdogs, and it would be a massive upset if we win this. I don't think as big of an upset as C9, given that we have cracked into the top 3 and we are starting to unlock our potential, so people are once again having a little bit higher expectations of us than they had beforehand. But I'll be honest with you, even though we have struggled against FlyQuest literally all year, Sniper has never been able to fully get the better of Whippo. He's had some solo kills on him, but overall, Whippo's had much better impacts in the series overall. Dude, I get the feeling that this is going to be close. Like, in my honest to God heart, I feel like we can keep this series close if we truly want to. I feel like Quid and River are the currently best mid-jungle duo in the league. APA might be the best mid laner in the league, but I think mid-jungle duo, they are the 2 best. Tomo and Ayla, they can keep up with Busio and Masu so long as Busio and Masu don't have those games where like they just absolutely stomp and get ahead. Tomo has shown prowess in team fights in the same way that Masu has and has stepped up massively. So I do think that that is a good point for us to kind of keep it even. But top side is going to be the one that I'm looking at. Sniper needs to step up massively, needs to continue to evolve if he wants to keep Whippo at bay, because we can't like just blindly pick Renekton because Whippo has a ton of counters in his bag to be able to humble him. So for me, it is about Sniper hanging on in this series and just allow mid jungle to pop off and do their thing. If we get a game where once again like Tomo gets a few kills and is ahead, then play through him again. We are very good with our team fighting and snap decision making, where FlyQuest has had moments where they do look off and they look uncoordinated a little bit, and we can 100% take advantage of that. I'll be honest with you, I think like this series could go the distance where we make mistakes and FlyQuest capitalizes. I'd say a full 5 games, but I am going to go 100 Thieves over FlyQuest in this series, despite us being underdogs. I know obviously I'm biased whenever I say that, but that is my honest to God truth and prediction behind it. 100 Thieves over FlyQuest 3-2. Dude, I don't know what we got to do to BTL though. We'll worry about that problem when we get to it. I don't really know if I want to preview it here, even though I'm not going to make like a separate video for like that series. There's going to be too much going on between Friday and Saturday and this too quick a turnover, but like I will just be happy if we get to finals. TL is just a gargantuan, like it's a David versus Goliath to the extreme. It would be the single biggest upset in LCS history, maybe one of the biggest in low esports history. TLIG might be still better than that, but like I don't know. I can't think of many domestic examples that would even like come close to this. Even NRG versus C9 last year would not pale in would not be anything in comparison to what this run would be. Team Liquid is literally undefeated, has not dropped a series since spring. Cloud9, you know, they dropped individual games, so I guess it's kind of hard to compare BO1 to BO3, and they did look pretty good in playoffs, but like, I don't know, something special about this Team Liquid squad, and I will give them their flowers where they're due. I don't know, you gotta show up on the day and play well, but who gives a shit? At the end of the day, we are going to be a finals weekend in front of a live crowd. Again, go if you can. They're 25 bucks. Please just go. Like, just find a way to get there if you can. Outnumber the FlyQuest fans. Get loud. Get rowdy. Go to the 100 Thieves booth. Take pictures together. It's going to be great. Enjoy this weekend. Thank you for putting up with my yapping. I'm sorry this is a little bit more rambling. I'm just so excited. And the fact that we get the rendezvous and I get to have this series to actually talk about 100 Thieves all the way through Worlds, Yeah, it doesn't get any better than that. It's a great time to be a 100 Thieves fan. Hop on the hype train while you still can.